What's up, you guys? God is great. We're here in the Cullinan, and I want you to think about something. This Cullinan costs over $300,000. This watch cost almost $300,000, $280,000 to be exact. And why is it that things can cost so much money? It's because they're rare. When you drive around the streets, if you're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you might never see a Cullinan because it's so rare. And you'll probably never see a Richard Mille up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania either because it's so rare. So what does that tell you? When things are rare, their value goes up. People always ask me, how do you make millions in your 20s? I want to make millions in my 20s. And they often think it's how, but it's really not how. It's actually who can make millions in their 20s. And the who needs to be a rare individual. Because if you're just like everybody else, your income's gonna look just like everybody else's as well. And if we drive around colleges or if we drive around Miami, most 20-year-olds are dead broke. And it's because the ones that are broke aren't rare. They're just like everybody else doing what all the other broke kids do. So if you do wanna make millions in your 20s, usually it's not how. If it was how, virtual sales would be the answer. But how come not everyone in virtual sales is a millionaire? It's because it's not just about how, it's about who. And you have to be a rare individual. Rare mentally, rare physically, rare spiritually, and those three things will make you rare financially. So think about it. What do most people do? Most people are fat, six packs are super rare. So if you want to be rare, should you be fat or should you be ripped? You should be ripped because that's more rare. Most people go out on the weekends and drink alcohol. If you go to dinner with a table of 20 people and the server comes up and they're like, hey, what do you guys want to drink? 90% of people are ordering alcohol, which we all know is poison and it's not bettering you by any means necessary. So for me, I see that as another opportunity to be rare. And I like saying, oh, I don't drink when all the other people are ordering drinks because that just makes me more rare. Spiritually, most people wake up, the first thing they do is check their phone. So how can I be more rare spiritually? I don't check my phone the first thing when I wake up. The first thing I do when I wake up is give thanks to God, practice gratitude, say my morning prayers, and start reading my Bible. Why? Because that makes me rare. Most people don't put God first like that, and I think the most important thing you could ever do is put God first. On top of that, how do most people think? How do most people talk? The words people say are a reflection of what they're thinking. And if you listen to a lot of people, they speak negativity, they complain, they're always a victim. I call it blaming, complaining, and defending. So if you ever ask someone, why are you not successful in sales? Instead of not being a victim and having a rare mindset of everything's my fault, most people blame the leads, they blame the company, they blame their leader, or they complain about the leads, they complain about the company, they complain about their leader, or they defend why it's not working for them. Like, oh, well, I have this going on in my life and my family wants me to be together on Friday nights for dinner, so I can't sell Friday nights. That is the majority attitude that most people have. They're blamers, complainers, and defenders. So if you want to be rare and, increase your value, what most people don't do mentally is take extreme ownership and 100% personal accountability for everything. Which means if you look at your bank account and it's not what you want it to be, it's nobody's fault but yours. And a rare person would say, this is my fault 100%. This is a result of my actions, my thoughts, who I'm surrounding myself with, where I'm located, and I need to change this because this is my fault, which puts you in control and makes you a rare individual when you're in control. So guys, if you want to be a millionaire in your 20s, stop focusing on how to do it. Start focusing on how you can become who's capable of doing it by becoming rare all across the board, mentally, physically, and spiritually, which will lead to you being a rare individual financially as well. If you like this content, we've got much more coming. Drop in the comments what you want to hear me speak about next. God is great. Subscribe to the page and I'll see you soon. Yeah.